talking about Little Town today as well, right?
Exactly, we have a twofer. And if I may, before, because with a general request, where is it? So I was asked by people to show leaks, so here are some leaks.
There you go.
That's my dad joke. Sorry. All right, so Little Town. So Little Town is not a new release for Yellow Game. It has been in the catalog for quite some time already, but I feel like it has been overlooked because it's a really neat little game. It's a very good way. It's a very good introduction to worker placement. So if you want to introduce some of your friends to worker placement, it's great to that's the basic. That's really what it is. It's purely worker placement. You are builders. They're gonna build. They're gonna gather, and that's all it is. So it's a 40 game for 2 to 4 players, age 10 and up, and the designers are also Japanese, Shun and Aya Taguchi, and it's co-published by Studio GG and Yellow. So the goal of the game is to score the most points at the end of the round. So you have a scoring track at the bottom around the market that you can see that goes all the way to 59. And if you go over 59, you get 60 stars on top of the screen. A round is made of each player playing all their worker as a builder or a gatherer. So everybody receives workers. They are the little dude with the little hammer that we see on the right of the screen. There are 4 different colors. And so each player will have an opportunity to place their worker and builders. And that will mark the end of the round. We keep the track of the round with the 4 trees on the lower left of the board. And as a note, the board is double-sided. You have a different distribution of resources. The board starts empty, as you see, and you have resources. You have rock, which provide stone. You have trees, which provide woods, and those resources are up here. Obviously, you can see gray is rock and brown is wood. Those are going to be used to purchase building. We'll get to that in a moment. Then you also have those little lakes on the board, which are providing fish. Fish are represented by the blue cubes, and they are food to feed your worker at the end of each of the 4 rounds. If you cannot feed your workers, you have to pay 3 victory points to feed each angry workers. The 4th resource is the yellow cubes. Those are wheat, and this is a building that you see on the board right now below the tree trunks. You have to build those in order to gather them. So now Link is gonna put some tiles in the market. There you go. Thank you very much. So we always have 12 tiles in the market, but there are 24 tiles available in the game. So there is a good replayability since we are randomly spreading those. The game changes differently each time. So on your turn, you choose to either grab a worker and send it to the building site, which is allowing, and if you have enough of the resource necessary to purchase the building, you grab that tile and you put it on the board on an empty grass square. So you cannot cover another building, you cannot cover a resource or anything like that. So this building, for example, costs on the upper left corner 2 woods, and when activated during the game, it will allow you to exchange 1 money for a wheat and a fish. So that's a way to convert your currency into food for your worker. You can see also, it's hard to see, but on the upper right corner, there is a score in a little star. That is how many points you are going to score by building that building. So it's 4 points, exactly, 4 victory points. So cost 2 woods, give you 4 victory points when you build it that you score immediately. And ulteriorly, everybody who uses it can trade a money for resources. And because, let's say, yellow was the player or blue was the player playing that building, we put a little blue house on the victory point of the tile. So that house, thank you, is going there. And so now I own that building. And so Link, if you can spread a few other buildings on the board for me around this guy, this one. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. with different color houses. Perfect. Excellent. You're doing a great job. It's awesome. All right,
Yes.
that's enough. So now do me a favor and grab the blue worker and put it in the middle of those tiles. So on my turn, I'm going to use my worker as a gatherer. And when I gather, I am collecting resources and or building effect from the 8 squares surrounding me. So in that case, going clockwise, starting from the bottom, I have a tree. So I'm going to collect one wood. And then I'm going to use the building that belongs to me because it's a blue house on it. And I'm going to trade a money for a weed and a fish, a wheat and a fish. Sorry. And then there is nothing else on the tutor tile. And then the next tile is belongs to red player. So I'm going to have to pay red 2 money because I'm borrowing their thing. And I'm going to score 3 points, which is the 3 points we see at the bottom. And then finally, I have a square that's going to provide me an extra fish. I'm going to gather. And then I can't see the effect of that building because it's behind my my interface on the screen. Yeah, thank you. So this one has a special building. It has a little clock on it, so it's only activate at the end of each round. And basically, it will provide us, it will allow to reuse one of the buildings surrounding that building. So that's how you gather. So again, either on your turn, you send a worker to build a building, or you put it on the board to gather resources. We play 4 rounds. At the end of each round, we resolve them that have round. At the end of the game, we resolve building that have end of game effect. And that's really what it is. So it's a very pure, simple worker placement.
Yeah, and as you go each round, there'll be more and more buildings, there'll be more and more spaces and things to do, and money gets really tight, as I recall. So you'll want to do it all and you just can't. But yeah, it's really well done, and I love that. So I have over here, I have the original little town builders, but you guys have added a big board and a nice score track and all this extra stuff, so it looks really great. So that's really excited. And this is also available today at the Geek Store. And a special recommendation for the Spiel des Jahres. Congratulations is in order. So that's exciting.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's a very good little game. As you say, it's in the shop and available at retail store also. And yeah, your point was correct. You mentioned money being scarce. It indeed depends of the selection of building, because you can only get money from some building. And if you get a draw where there is only one building providing money, is getting hard. And also your comment about the more the round are progressing, the more you are building engines, because I'm going to put a situation where I'm going to connect a wheat that's going to be able to be traded for some money that I'm going to turn into victory point, etc., etc. So placing your building strategically is really key, because you can really start generating a lot of victory each turn.
Yes. So building those buildings that you want to gain like the benefits from is much better than having to pay people to use their buildings. So you definitely want to do that.
Yes, for sure.
Well,
all right.
What else do you, we have a few minutes if you want to mention. So we got a little comment here. Sorry for off topic, but what the really pretty game box behind you. So on your shelf behind you to the left, the blue box looks like a pill.
The blue box looks like a pill.
US Dino?
I don't. I'm not sure.
I didn't see the comment PIL, but you have a lot of blue boxes behind you, so I'm not quite sure.
Hold on, because I have to think on my left. So
it's probably the Pillars of Light. It's probably
here.
It's probably the
Mountains of Madness.
Mountains of Madness.
Probably.
Mountains of Madness. Yeah. Okay.
Rob Davio game. Oh, boom.
That's Mountain of Madness. It's a cooperative game that we released 2 years ago at Gen Con. It's quite a challenging one and quite a silly one, because you become crazy as you play the game, and the game forces you to do things that or limit your action. You cannot say some words. You cannot do some action. It's a very interesting. It's fun to watch people play that game.
That
So
was still on my need to play games. It's so many,
all
but
right.
it looks amazing. So that looks great.
I'm sure we can do something about that.
Oh no,
I,
yeah, it's just you guys have great games, and so I'm sure you have more coming from a lot of different ways. Is there anything in particular special that you wanted to mention?
well, people have been asking me leaks, so I know I joke with my picture of vegetable. I have something I can show you. So I know there are lots of King of Tokyo fans amongst you guys, and so I want to show you a little dude that we haven't seen yet. So
Oh my goodness, he is
I'm trying
adorable.
to focus, and his name is Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Okay, I know I'm going to be
Chupacabra.
flooded. I'm going to be flooded with demands. So before you
Yeah.
all ask me one, I can't help you with that because this is part of a new promotion that we are doing with our international partner. So Yellow is a French company. We have distribution worldwide. So this is the monster for Brazil with our friend Devere. So that's part of their promotion, and those monsters are only available in the local countries.
I'll ask you
And
a painful
also,
question.
we're
Is it going to be in the
gonna
dark edition?
we are working on the American monster. I'm very excited about the American monster. So the idea is to have a national monster for many of the countries where we have distributors. So you guys can start exchanging and trading from other countries and all that. We have a question. Will there be an expansion for King of Tokyo Dark? Not at the moment, because with King of Tokyo Dark, we tried something new. It's a one print run. So I actually ordered one print for the USA, and it's all we have. And when it's gone, we will not reprint it. And so, in that sense, we didn't implement any expansion in the programming of King of Tokyo Dark. Again, all the King of Tokyo books are compatible with each other as long as you sleeve them. Will we ever see 3D King of Tokyo monster? That is very likely. I have seen 3D King of Tokyo monster, but that's all I'm allowed to say.
Well, I think that we're at the top of the hour, so I want to thank you for coming on and showing us some game stuff. It's been great, and Yellow always has amazing games, and it's exciting to see what's in the future and what's available now. So I really appreciate your time and stopping by.
Thank you very much, Steph. And I want to give a big shout out to the entire BGG team. I've been watching you guys, and I've been bombing your chat for the last 2 days. I realize how much of an endeavor it is to run that thing. You guys are awesome. I'm sure you must be exhausted. And so kudos, all of you in front of the camera, behind the camera. You are doing a great job, and I'm very happy to be able to participate. So thanks all.